Hey guys, Coach Newsom from Prestonsburg High School, where I'm the offensive coordinator and offensive line coach. Um, Today, guys, we're going to look at Waggle. Waggle is the main pass play in most wing tee systems, and it's a great play. Uh, Waggle is the wing tees version of the bootleg. When you're looking at the I formation, it's a great play action pass. It's based off of the buck action, which is what we talked about in the last video. If you want to go check that out. But Waggle is a great football play. Now, when you're looking at Waggle, because I'm the offensive line coach, so we're going to start there first. There's some different things that can happen here. Whether this guy is off on the line of scrimmage can affect your protections, but we'll look at him being off for now. So we got a stud out here at receiver, and they're wanting to kind of have some help there. So when we run Waggle, we're going to be booting the quarterback to the left here in this formation. So we're going to be booting to the split inside. You look at the line protection. There's two ways of doing it. You can pull both guards or you can pull one, and we'll look at both of those real quick. The first way to do it is just pulling pulling both guards. So what you'd end up getting here is this tackle, right? He'll be coming all the way down. He's going to go gap down all the way down. And even though this guy's like in a tight 2-eye here, we're still going to go down to him. First thing we're going to do, the first guard is going to log. So he's going to get out here, get around. He's going to log this in. Okay, that's important that he logs him. He's got to get his head on the outside. We teach shoulder blocking, so he's going to pull left. Normally you'd kick out that left shoulder, pull left, hit left. But today we're going to pull. When we're running Waggle, we're trying to pin this guy inside. We're going to try to log him. We're going to pull left and hit with our right shoulder and work our butt around to the edge. The center is going to be working himself back as well, right? We're still trying to get that run action, so we want getting off the ball. We don't want the guy just standing there. This second guard is going to pull flat, because we don't run into a quarterback. He's going to get around the edge here. He's going to kick out the first thing that comes up. So if this guy forces, we're going to kick him out. If he doesn't, if he's dropping back, then that guard's going to turn into a lead blocker for the quarterback. So we'll put him back there for now. The strong side tackle is on a pull check here, really seal off this backside. Don't want anything coming off hot off the edge. And then our back that's taking the fake is going to help shore up the backside. Okay, so that's if you're pulling both guards. From my experience, pulling both guards is not my favorite way of doing things in under center. We ran it from the pistol too. I like pulling both in the pistol, but if we're going to look at from under center, my favorite way is just to pull the one guy, and that's to pull the backside guard. So we'll go ahead and clean this back up. So in doing it that way, you're going to gap down your line here, but where this guy's inside the guard, we don't have to get all the way down there. And if this guy's playing, in a 4 instead of a 5, we're going to send our tackle straight on him. So if that's a 4, we're going to put our tackle man on, and we're going to take our guard gap down. So these two are going to come down. The center's going to go back. This guard's going to pull, and he's going to kick the first thing that shows up out here. All right, so if this guy was in a 5, we'd send this tackle down. And he'd close that gap, looking for work, right, picking up any blitzing backers, and we'd kick him. But in this situation that we're looking at, where our guy's in a 4, we're going to just try to reach in with that tackle and block him there. Same thing backside. Your strong tackle, really shore that up on the backside, and your backs coming off the fake's going to help out there too. So that's your protection. And this is the way that we would block this up, trying to get this one guard. Just because we're under center, there's not as much space. I like keeping things a little more solid up front. Next comes into your route scheme. Now, your split in, there's some different route combinations you can use with him depending on the kind of arm your quarterback has. If you have, a guy who's got a big arm, you can look at maybe a crack corner, right? Crack corner, get that guy inside, make it look like he's cutting off, like we talked about on Buck, trying to cut off that far safety, open up that cutback lane, and then plant his foot and get back outside. Last year we hit a huge play on this route. So that's kind of a big play. Another option, another great option, and this is kind of the base way we teach things. You're going to run a comeback, so you're going to get that outside release, vertical, right? I know quick cut's going to cut me off here. You want to get about 15. If your quarterbacks have a bigger arm, you can stretch that all the way out to 18 and come back to about 12. Really want to sell that and come back to the ball. That's the base way we want to teach it because this comeback's a hard route to defend, and it times up really well getting out of that break and coming back about the time the quarterback gets out of there. Now, with your tight end and wing, you're going to drag this tight end across. You really want to tell him to aim, 16 to 22 yards across the field and get across there. And he's wanting to get depth as he goes, right? We don't want to make it like it's big where you go up and box it in because if we do, let's be honest, if you're a wing T school, most of your tight ends are a third tackle. And that's nothing wrong against those kids. They're great kids. They're athletic. They're big, but they're not, Travis Kelce or George Kittle. They're not running the 4.6 and getting across the field there. So, you're going to have a big guy with good hands. Going to give him the ability to get across the field and get where he needs to be at. Our wing is going to take a post. Now, this post is it can be wide open. It can be a great play. But we tell our guys we're never throwing that post unless it comes from up top. Your box guy will see that. Maybe they're not covering it. But you'll see here in just a second, as your quarterback's rolling, he's going to be rolling to his left. That's a hard place to get set up and throw that ball back to that post. That post is there hopefully to hold a safety. But if they're not going to respect it, we can get the quarterback out of his fake, get him set up, and throw that. Now, the money route here, right? When you're running Waggle, this is the guy you're trying to hit because this is the guy that the defense always loses. And he's going to be one of your better players in your offense if you're on the wing T. It's going to be your fullback here. So he's going to get up into the line, and just like he's making this trap fake, right? So I'll draw that line on the wrong side here. So he's going to, just like he's taking this trap fake, right? Make it more vertical, make it right. So he's getting up into the line on his fake, and then he's going to come through into the flat. Now, you got to coach this guy to make sure that he's aware of what's going around him. We don't want him getting up in there and getting ate up by the lineman, right? We don't want him getting up there and getting tangled up in the mess and not being able to get out because he's really your first option. When the quarterback comes out of the turn, this guy's going to determine where the ball's going to go most of the time. If he's forcing right now and we get that kick from our guard, we're probably putting the ball in the fullback's lap and letting him run down the sideline. Now, if this guy sits and plays coverage and say he's running in the flat, they want to turn our guard into a lead blocker, and we're just going to run quarterback sweep. So as your quarterback comes out of his fake, right, we want to get that 4.5. We want that looking just like it does on Buck. We're trying to get that 4.5 yard spot for the fake, right? Back to the defense, hiding the football, right? We don't want to extend the ball like it's a fake. We just want to get our back to the defense. With our back being there, they're going to see the back of my numbers. The fullbacks or the halfback's going to make the fake for me, right? Big arm over fake, like we talked about with the fullback on Buck. And he's going to make the fake for me. He's going to run this hard. He's not just going to get out past the quarterback and set up and block. He's going to run it, make his cut, and then he's going to be looking to pick up anything that comes up there. So for the quarterback, it's important to know that guy's making the fake for me. Right? I don't have to stick the ball out there. We don't want to take any chances on mishandling the ball there. And then we're going to take 3 good steps back and start rolling our way around. Now, the computer program here doesn't do a great job showing that. It's going to be a lot like a candy cane hook, right? You're going to run out and you're going to start turning your way back up. And your reads as a quarterback. 1 to the fullback, right? 2 to the comeback, and 3 is I'm running. If your guy, you look at your quarterback and say he's got a big arm, coach, but he's not very agile. He's not very fast. Smart kid, more of a traditional pocket passer, like a Peyton Manning type kid. You may set him up, and he instead of reading, the third read being him to run, his third read may be the tight end, right? 1 to 2 to 3. And that may be the read for you. Like I said, we had a guy who was pretty fast, and we would use him on this. And a lot of times we would call it hoping that he would run. That quarterback run there, it's great. You're getting a guy out in front. You're getting really strong play action over here on the strong side. So you're seeing that the defense here in the wing T, when the defense defends you, they have to be prepared for all things. I know a guy in a Facebook group I posted the last video in was talking about, what do you do about the backside if they're killing you off the backside on buck, chasing you down? Well, this is your answer. Your answer is to run waggle and kick him out with the guard, or maybe he gets inside and he just lets the quarterback out to the edge. That's your answer. You want to have answers to the defense. And the wing T has a lot of answers, a lot more than I originally thought when I first got into coaching. And it's a beautiful system of offense, and this is a beautiful play. You get waggle going, and the defense now, they can't play you the way that they would like to play you. Because even if you only throw it 3 times a game, if you 3 completions for 160 yards and 3 touchdowns is devastating to a defense. But there you guys go. If you want to find more information from me, you can find me on Twitter at Coach Newsom63, at Coach Newsom63, and I'll put that link, that information in the description of the video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Really help me out. I'm wanting to get information out to coaches, and this is kind of the way that I've found that I enjoy making content. So subscribe to me here on YouTube, please, if you don't mind. I'd really appreciate it. Or find me on Twitter. DMs are open on Twitter, so if you guys want to talk ball, you can find me on there, and I talk ball with you guys. Thank you for watching, and y'all have a good day.